It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Man, I can't stand no nigga out here flexing for these broad, man. Man, on the A, niggas get beat the fuck down for shit like that, bruh. For real.
You a bum, you a buster, you a lame ass nigga. You a flexer for these dang, get no brain ass nigga. Get some business but yourself, no name ass nigga. Come and swerving in my spot, ain't got no lane ass nigga.
Niggas is not in my league. It's not my job to appease. Chili, my rock, and I freeze. Tripped on my rock with more chicks than I brought, though I skip with a modeling lead. Shawty was thick as uranium. Got enough chips like I fill up a stadium. Right for my business like Mesopotamia. Baby, I'm proud of me. I done made it from poverty. Got a crib by the lake and evaded the grab and leave. Getting paid for my honesty. Can't believe I did it. Look at my privilege. Handle my women like my business. So professional. Bank just called. They wanna extend my credit. I got everything I need. Love is life like say la vie. Money calling, that's a given. Check the dial, it come with speed. They been tripping on the kid. How you trying to check a G? My niggas run up in your crib and take the place about your sink. Y'all need to think before you speak to us. Finna shake the scene up. I had to get my green up. It sounded like a prenup. Must be off your rocker. I'm from Riverdale like Walker. I'm the product, brought the antidote like doctor. Check your out. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. All right, man. So y'all know Drake did that stream the other night on Kick for Steak. Steak celebrating 9 years in existence. And you know, Drake did this whole 20v1 dating show thing, right? Bringing different women on who, you know, like him or whatever. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really tune into it. There's been a lot of discourse about the 20v1 thing. Even he came out and said this 20v1 was almost as lit as the last one. And we know the last one was his narrative of being jumped by 20 people. And I'm guessing that's, you know, what he's leaning on as to why he lost the battle instead of just going head up with Kendrick. Anyway, a lot of people have been critical of the fact that he did the 20v1 because they feel like, Drake, you're 40 years old, brother. Why don't you do some growing up? Why don't you do something mature? Why are you, you know, at your status, supposed to be the biggest? Why are you doing these types of things, right? Where is your woman, right? And a lot of his fans have been firing back like, why can't Drake just have fun? Why are y'all taking this stuff so serious? But yet when it comes to people that Drake don't like, they can't have no fun. They want everything from them to be serious. When they do something fun or funny, they turn it into a joke as well. Pots calling kettles black. Right? So among those people that have been critical of Drake doing the 20v1 dating thing is Wayno on YouTube. You know, he said it was embarrassing. You know, he didn't like it. And Drake decided to respond back, basically saying, you know, he posted a video of Wayno reviewing comic books or something like that, basically trying to say, well, if I'm acting too childish on my stream, then what is this? As if having an interest in comic books is inherently childish when comic books employ adults to do adult things and they entertain adults and children alike. But whatever, you know, I mean, this nigga's album It's called Iceman. It's based around a fucking comic book character. But whatever. So, all that being stated, Wayno said his piece. Drake came back with his piece. And Wayno came back with another. We also have Boy Wonder out here, who is now basically questioning the commentary around hip hop. Of course, Boy Wonder is Drake's day one producer, been there from the beginning, continues to be there still, even sacrificing, the remaining relationship he had with Kendrick, because they both used him as a producer to talk about how that little dude is all this and ain't nothing good coming from the other side and all that shit, right? So now he don't like the commentary that's circulating around the things that Drake does. So he came out and spoke about it and did it under the guise of, oh, it's too much talk around hip hop and everything that the artists do. Well, tell your homeboy to stop doing stuff to get people talking, because that's all he fucking does. He wants to be the topic of the conversation 365 days of the year. And when he's not in the conversation, he don't feel comfortable. Talk to his ass instead of coming to fucking Twitter bitching about it. And y'all niggas linked into that shit and y'all amplify that nigga. So get the fuck out of here, Boy Wonder. Yeah, you a talented producer, nigga, but that's where the buck stops. Cut it out. But let's get to it. So one of the moments that people have been highly, highly, highly opinionated about was when this young lady had Drake barking.
Do it, I would.
Okay. You're saying this, and now I'm gonna test it.
Okay. What do we? Just give me one.
Would you bark for me? Good boy.
Yeah.
I get. Yeah, you know what the role play.
I know exactly what to do.
You know
here.
what? Never mind.
Okay, we should continue.
Okay. So that's. Hey man, I tried to tell y'all, man. Niggas got mad at me. I ain't gonna say it again. But that's that. And it's been the topic of a lot of conversations. Right? They even made a compilation of this soundtrack to the Not Like Us instrumental. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I'm gonna give y'all just a little quick look.
What do we? Just give me one.
Would you bark for me?
What the fuck?
Good boy.
Oh, hell no. Again, this shit been circulating for days online. This shit got 11.7 million views. Let's get the fucking Wayno, man.
Goes around their projects that isn't just music. Now, I had this conversation one time with Charlamagne years ago, and we was basically debating, right? Like, who would be the closest artist to Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z is our favorite rapper. So at that time, this is before the battle, all of that. Who would be the nigga that comes closest in terms of artistry, rapper-wise, aesthetic, all of that, to Jay? And I said Drake. And Charlamagne was like, nah, you bugging, nigga. And I'm like, how? I'm like, Drake, I'm like, yo, Drake would be the person that is closest to Jay in terms of how his career has gone, as far as his success and as far as where I see it going. Like I said, this is before the battle and everything shakes up and changes him as a person and everything. And I think Charlamagne said Lil Wayne, right? But we had that debate back and forth for a little bit. It was just like commentary that niggas be having amongst ourselves. I feel like 20v1s is some shit that the CIA put into the hood to destroy us. Yeah, same as crack, same as all the other bullshit that they did to destroy black people. With that being said, I never thought in a million years I would see Drake do a 20v1. Now, is this a serious 20v1? Nah. I don't think that Drake is on there looking for love, nor do I think that 20v1s are about people looking for love. It's just content. It's just some shit that people do. But it does expose a lot about people who do them, right? And we have seen 20v1s where niggas get into fights. People threaten to pull out weapons. It goes really, really far. Now, in terms of growth, people look at Drake as an artist that not only has he achieved a lot, but he's damn near 40 years old. He should talk about certain things. He should be doing certain things in his life. And I'm going to tell y'all, from my standpoint, completely unbiased, and I know people gonna clip this shit and Wayno, you always been a Drake hater. That's fine if y'all want to feel that way. As a fan of Drake's music, I was totally disappointed to see a nigga do a 20v1, even playing wise. Now, if he would have did this in a music video, I think it would have been a little bit more tasteful because we would kind of understand why and how he was doing it. But as far as him doing some shit like this, I'm like, yo, bro, this shit just corny. Like, honestly, it's corny. First person up is him and Adam 22's wife, Lena.
Hello.
Wow.
Wow, I've had this dream before.
All right, I don't agree with everything that Wayno says, but this take, I agree with. Right? And I like that he prefaced it as far as like the comparisons between Drake and Jay-Z and just the way that they carry themselves and the way that they have carried themselves in the public eye. I think that's the biggest distinction between the two. You know what I mean? Other than the fact that Jay-Z writes all his raps. But just as a man, as how they present, how they walk outside, you know what I mean? And I think Drake used to aspire to be a Jay-Z like figure. I think at some point it clicked to him that he wasn't gonna get there. And this is why we see him in this era that he's in. Ever since the steak era began, the gambling profusely, the the relationships he has with questionable people in the industry, the streamers, these red pill white boys that he runs around with, the Morgan Whalens of the world. Like there's so many different things that we've seen unfold about him in the last 5-6 years that some people may have predicted to see. I can't say that I predicted it. I knew he was always corny, but I didn't know where it would lead. I at one point thought he had a Jay-Z like trajectory, even though I wasn't a fan of his like that. It was just the way that he was positioned in the industry. It was the success that he had. Musically, he was nowhere near. But again, there was a point in time where he tried to like chase that. But these last few years have just shown like, it's like, who is this nigga really? And there's a lot of people out there that say, this is all a big elaborate act. This Drake character that he's been playing for the last 20 years is his greatest acting role. It's starting to really feel that way because it all starting to feel like a simulation, right? But he gets critiqued for doing this 20v1, and Wayno wasn't the only person, but he chose Wayno out of the pack. Okay? So then Drake posts this on his Instagram story.
Cute, danger, push, let's go, danger, on all that good stuff. Wayno, since you're our returning guest, what did you think of this episode overall?
So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was an expert in Polaris.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really familiar with her game. But seeing this episode,
cute, danger.
All right. So he posts this video, and this is of Wayno, giving his response to an episode or something from Marvel. And he tags him. He says, Wayno119, this you last week reviewing Marvel? Returning guest? Never too old for some joy, gang. Take it easy. Right? So he's basically likening the fact that he did the 20v1, barking like a dog, giving out Birkins, doing whatever he's doing cash giveaways and all this different type of stuff. He's likening that to Wayno having an interest in comic books and being a returning guest on a show to talk about comic books as if those are two like-minded things. Or saying, I guess if I'm childish, then that's childish too. I don't know about that. But if that's the comparison you make, if that's the parallel to you, I understand why things ain't really clicking because your mind is not right, my dog. But of course, the Drake fans, they're rolling with it. Like he clowned Wayno, like, oh, he got you. So here's Wayno's response.
Question marks. Never too old for some joy, gang. Take it easy. Now, like I said, there's people who hit me talking about some, yo, he violated. No, he didn't. That nigga didn't violate me. He's calling me out for the same thing I'm calling him out for, because he's basically saying never too old for some joy. Take it easy. Now, let me add how I feel about that. I didn't know that 20v1s was so important to the people who support him. Like, that's all I'm saying. Because now 20v1s is like this important thing. I'm just saying that for myself, I just looked at him in a certain space. And while I'm looking at him in a certain space, I'm not thinking he would ever do something like that. See, people clown other artists for not being so accessible. I think Drake's only problem he's had in his career is being too accessible. Now, he still, with being as accessible as he is, accomplished a bunch of shit, sold all types of records, break Michael Jackson records and all of that. But I still got the right to have my opinion the same way y'all got the right to have y'all opinion about whatever it is I'm into. He did the 20v1. Cool. You feel me? Cool. There's tons of times I said during yesterday's episode that maybe he having fun with this shit. But one thing I learned about this internet, this content, this YouTube space, all of that is this. You could say 1,000 things about a nigga. That's good. Nobody takes that and runs with that. You could say all of the things that you think a person does that you appreciate, that you like. But when you say one thing that everybody else may not agree with, now you're positioned as this directed hater. It's like you're basically a dart for this nigga's dartboard to get at him any and every chance you get. And the funniest thing about this all is now niggas don't like X-Men 97. So we can't watch X-Men 97. We can't be into X-Men 97, one of the most popping animated series there is right now currently.
And the point of bringing it back as X-Men 97, because I didn't even know that's what they was talking about, is having it inspired by the old show that we grew up on in the 90s. Hence the title 97. So clearly it's not geared to kids born in 2026. If it's geared toward 97. I just want to make sure I'm talking slow enough so people can understand me. All right, let's get back to Wayno.
Shit been going. We watching the finale tomorrow, and we also tuning into the Lanterns this weekend. Now we not into no comic book shit. We too grown for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was critical of a 20v1. Spider-Man Brand New Day does $2.4 billion at the box office, and I'm the only nigga who seen it. See, the funniest part about all this shit is, it's not even Drake. It's the fan base. It's literally the fan base. Because guess what? Y'all is the most paranoid niggas on the planet. Always thinking somebody out to get y'all. Always thinking somebody against y'all. Y'all worse than the niggas with imaginary ops. The niggas who ain't doing nothing in the street, not putting in no work, but sitting here and think somebody's over y'all shoulder, somebody looking for y'all. Y'all ever been with some of y'all homies that's on the block and they be like the police coming and you look at them like, nigga, you not doing nothing. Fuck you worried about the police for? That's the fan base. Y'all niggas is paranoid about every single thing. Nobody's out to get this man. We've been critical about Drake on this channel, but we've saluted Drake on this channel. When I said I liked the fighting Irish freestyle 2 years ago, niggas told me I was on Drake payroll. Is it Uchi Wally Wally or is it one mic? Now, the reason why I also didn't take no personal...
I ain't gonna lie, my nigga. You was tripping if you like that freestyle, but hey, I don't think you on his payroll.
Feelings into nothing like this is because Drake is a fucking nerd as well. I said this before. He's one of hip-hop's biggest nerds in the space of collecting memorabilia. He got all types of trophies in that trophy room in his crib, and I think that's dope. There's nothing wrong.
Nah, nigga. It ain't about no hip-hop memorabilia. The nigga's a nerd. The nigga got a... I just had to tell somebody this the other day. The nigga had a whole ass makeover on TV. How many of your homeboys at the tender age of 18 had a fucking makeover on television? Friends say you can't come around to the skating rink with us, nigga. You look like Lionel Richie. We gotta cut that fucking fro off your head. We gotta get you some clothes. Who the fuck is this nigga? Can't come hang with us, nigga. The hell you got this goddamn autograph clips mic for, boy? Put that shit away. His friends came out and did a whole show about this shit, man. Melanie, Fiona, all them niggas, they talked about this stuff, man. Yeah. He's a nerd, all right, but it ain't about no hip hop shit.
Wrong with that. I collect a lot of shit too, right? But OVO had also done a collab with Marvel, and this is why I'm not taking this shit as no types of disrespect. Before,
and be clear, I'm not saying a nerd is a bad thing, but I am saying it's different levels to it, because that motherfucker was out here saying that slang was bad and dirty and nasty and ignorant around the same age.
Before we even get to addressing the nigga album name, OVO did a collab with Marvel last year and the shit came out fire. You had the scene, you know what I'm saying, with Wolverine and the Hulk. They actually recreated that in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. That shit was dope, right? Then you had the Dr. Doom shirt. I ain't gonna lie, the Dr. Doom shirt was fire as well. You had another Wolverine shirt. You got the Rogue soccer jersey, another Wolverine thing. And one of the other things that we didn't address in all of this in the Marvel lore, and Drake also being a fan of Marvel, is that his album is called Iceman, named after one of the X-Men. Y'all know which X-Men? I ain't putting that on Drake, though. I'm just keeping it 100. I ain't putting that shit on Drake. And then you have a bunch of OVO logos that are recreated as Marvel figures. Now, again, I'm not taking none of this as disrespect. Nigga, y'all watch ESPN? When LeBron drops 40 or he drops 10, people talk about it.
It's a great point, and it actually leads into what I was talking about earlier with Boy Wonder not liking hip-hop commentary. And Wayno was just getting to it. Whether LeBron drops 40 or 10 on ESPN, they're gonna talk about it. That's when you get to the league, quote unquote, what you do matters. How you handle yourself matters. How you conduct yourself, how you talk, how you treat people, how you present yourself online. Yeah, it fucking matters. So here Boy Wonder says, correct me if I'm wrong, but is it only hip hop that has this much commentary on everything the artists do? Does the country music community nitpick everything their artists do? Or jazz, rock? Boy Wonder, I didn't know you was this dumb, brother. You are a exemplary producer. There's people out here that's gonna play and act like you not. You know too much about music to be playing this willfully obtuse over your homie. I'm sorry. Does country music have the same stronghold on young, black, thriving people? Does country music make its way into our conversations? Because we the ones that drive the conversations. And I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to say, do white genres speak on their artists in the same fashion? That's where he's trying to go. He wanted to tiptoe around it. But the reason country music or jazz or rock doesn't get the level of commentary is because we the ones who make motherfuckers cool. What we say about this shit or what we don't say about this shit is going to determine whether you cool or not. Because let's be clear, when you talking about commentary, it ain't just niggas on like me on YouTube that get on camera and share our opinions. It's the everything, all encompassing, nigga. Who you think these websites are depending on when they put these posts up on Billboard, Rolling Stone, Variety, when they want to talk about, when these fucking publications make these lists talking about who the top 10 rappers are this year, who the top 10 rappers are this month, who's the best female rapper of the last 6 weeks. They're not making that shit for them. They making that shit to appeal to us because they want us to talk about it. You don't want niggas to talk about the fuck going on in hip hop? Get your ass up out of here. Because you ain't going to change it. You could change and get the fuck on. You don't think country music fans care about what country music artists do? You don't think they having conversations about what them niggas do? You don't think it's somebody on YouTube or a group of people on YouTube talking about what's going on in country music? I may not see it, but they do. It's not in my algorithm. Definitely people that do it in rock. Jazz, a whole different thing. So here we got folks in the comments. Jacob says, to help with this, I would highly suggest you, Drake, and his fans put all your focus into the pop world. He should be competing with Sabrina Carpenter or Ariana Grande. What can I do to help make this full transition possible? He's saying, hey, you don't want hip hop fans to talk about Drake? Lean into pop all the way, fuck nigga. Shout out to Brian, aka Z. He says the commentary isn't even about the music, LOL. It's everything around the music. Lottie Day says the pop community is on par. So she says in pop music, it's the same. Eve says the only ones that's talking about it is old boys, people who refuse to let it go. Old boy as in Drake. You motherfuckers. Okay? This person here says hip hop is full of gatekeepers and haters. The other genres seem to lift each other up and help artists both young and old. Boy Wonder says, yeah, this shit cooked. You know, I used to be one of those people that would say some dumb shit like AOS up here. Until you actually go into the territory of other genres and engage and interact and put yourself in those conversations, in those trenches, you're going to feel that way. Once you get there, you're going to see the gatekeepers, the haters, the people lifting each other up, and the people putting each other down. Because, newsflash, that's life. You're going to walk outside, a nigga might say, man, I love them fucking shoes you got on. Another nigga gonna come up and step on them bitches, quote unquote, by mistake. You gonna walk in the grocery store, you gonna see a nigga staring at your motherfucking ass, you gonna wonder, the fuck this nigga looking at? And it could be so many different things going through his head. Might like your outfit, might have seen your motherfucking face in a Instagram story with a girl he like. He hating on your stupid ass. It could be anything. That's life. You're going to take your ass to the club. You're going to run into the gatekeeper that's going to say, you can't get in this bitch. Give me a dub. And then when you get into the real shit, the nitty gritty of it, everybody has hurdles and obstacles to get through with all this shit. Y'all niggas want hip hop to be so passive and path the least resistance that y'all can't even handle what y'all set up. Y'all want to be talked about, but then when people talk about you, you want to police how they speak on you. Now, do I think that people should have just an open season to just completely disrespect and disparage your life? No. I think there should be limits. There should be ethics. But again, talk to your boy. Because that's really who you coming out defending is your boy. You saying it in fancy terms, but you don't like how niggas is talking about Drake. And if Drake want to be talked about in a more positive light, tell that nigga to go do some more positive light shit. I'm not saying a 20v1 is negative, but if he don't want to get chastised for doing it, tell him to find something else productive that he could do with his celebrity or his time, or find another way to entertain people. You should have plenty of ways. But y'all don't even want to have fun no more. Because even when y'all want to have fun, y'all can't even have fun with the fact that niggas is making fun of you. You take yourself too serious. It's crazy, man. If that nigga if he's genuinely having fun, he's genuinely enjoying himself, why does he care? Why do you care? Legitimate question. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Peace.
Yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stakes I built. I had to evolve and grow, cause I could've